everyone, how's it going? It's That Nerd Ryan here. Welcome to the March comic book review. So this is for Star Wars. We might start doing a superhero one too. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we'll see. So let's get right into it. There's 6 comics this month, and we're starting with Star Wars number 44. So the Alliance is trying to figure out what to do with Lando. Mothma and Leia want to cover it up. Nadine and Akbar want capital punishment. They decide to have the trial in secret and figure out then. Lobot has his voice back and feels guilty that Lando is now in trouble due to him. He tells Lando that they're in this together as usual and tells Lando that Lando can call an old friend as a lawyer. Sally Giorgio arrives to defend Lando. She is rather quirky as the trial begins, as she also isn't well practiced in law. Cross-examining begins with the ancient droid. Lando's full name ends up being Landonis Balthazar Calrissian. As the trial is happening, a heist is happening on Unvaran. Sally tries to blame a Jedi mind trick for Lando's actions with no avail, and Sally was stalling time for them to abduct Mon Mothma to buy more time. I gave it a 4 out of 10. It kind of felt like a joke issue. Next would be High Republic number 4, which is this one right here. Flashback to Keeve's first spacewalk. Currently she is spacewalking and fighting droids. They still have Lorna captured and are using her droid to hack the others, sending them away. They reach a planet who is sending out a distress signal about being attacked by a Trandoshan Jedi. They meet up with the archivist, who also is housing other injured Jedi survivors. They admit that Skier is the one who put them in this state. Keeve and Lorna go after him, while Tarek and Sarek go to recover the ship. Lorna is taken only because of a nameless threat. Keeve frees Lorna to help her, only to find out that Skier is in a terrible state that is not revealed. It's obviously his disease. So it's a 7 out of 10 for that one. Next is High Republic number 5, which came out, I think, a week after. Skier is fully succumbed to his disease, and Lorna tells Keeve that they need to run. Keeve stands her ground and tries to bring him back, only for Skier to pounce. The other group is trying to repair the ship while the Jedi Hunter and Nameless are close by. Sarek and Tarek are also at each other's throats. Tarek wanders off and runs into a bunch of Drengir, or so he thinks, and Skier keeps his assault up as Keeve tries to snap him out of it. Lorna steals Keeve's lightsaber to fight Skier. The other Jedi disappear around Sarek as he begins to see monsters. They both realize it's an illusion and break it free. The nameless threat does still attack, but is stopped by a mysterious figure who introduces himself. And it's Tay Sarek from Phase 2. Keeve gets her saber back and finally is able to pull Skier back. Turns out he did this all to protect a child. I gave that a 9 out of 10. Next is excuse me, High Republic Adventures number 4, which is this one right here. Lula is burning her Nihil armor to rid herself of that past. She sees a Jedi briefing on Irado, or we see a Jedi briefing on Irado on the prison barge. Zine's feelings for Lula are complicated towards the mission. They begin their attack, and the warden of the prison ship is doing experiments on prisoners and killing Jedi prisoners on the spot. The warden brought a Nameless in a route to root out all the Jedi. The whole prison chants that they are Jedi, kind of like in a I'm Spartacus moment. And they do it to distract the Nihil and begin a riot. The assault begins, but the prisoners are being used as human shields. Zine and team make it out of the barge, onto the barge, and go to rescue their friends. As that happens, the warden lowers the shields sending all the prisoners out into space. I gave that one an 8 out of 10. Next is Darth Vader number 44, which is this one. I'm sorry, I pointed at the Star Wars one because Vader's on both cover. We see an Imperial officer defending Coruscant during the Scourge when he sees Vader attack. We get to see him in modern day. He is now a fine officer who accidentally ticketed a Baron who now wants to see him. The Baron fires him for Imperial service. Fabian is then recruited to the Schism under Vader. The governor upgraded her death machine and suit as an accommodation for Vader, as Fabian is questioned on what he is willing to bring to the table. Turns out the Baron was making battle droids, which Vader will now steal. Fabian gets to kill the Baron in this heist. A sudden surge in the Force knocks out Vader and Moore, who awakens as they fly off. The surge was actually the fear and anger of the cyborgs, and Moore updates the Emperor, then recruits Pride to the cause. I gave it a 7 out of 10. And then finally, we have Jango Fett number 1. Jango is at a legal gambling ring tracking a bounty, which kind of sounds familiar from the Bounty Hunter video game. He gets his bounty and leaves a thermal detonator, being a badass. We see a museum that is helping bring peace. This is during the Valorum Chancellorship, by the way. So right before Episode 1. A crime syndicate breaks in and steals a relic from the museum during the ceremony. Jango is called upon by the Republic to find the artifact, and he says, "I'm just a simple man trying to make my way across the universe." The bounty was passed to other hunters as well. With that, we are introduced to Vigor Strook, who is probably Jango's rival in this, so he's probably going to be like the Montross of this. Aurra Sing is also released from prison for this bounty, and the gang attacks Jango Fett's ship while he walks up, causing him to retaliate. He finishes them off and leaves to track the rest down. I gave that one a 10 out of 10. I thought it was perfect. So obviously, you know what my favorite is. It's Jango Fett number 1. Definitely recommend picking that one up. But yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, ring that bell.